Hey out there, I'm Jennifer Morrison. The video you are watching is a time-lapse that I created from a drawing that I did of these tulips using colored pencils. This drawing took approximately 15 hours, which is about average for one of my drawings. The paper that I used for this drawing was the Arches hot-pressed watercolor paper. I used several types of pencils, including Prismacolor, Caran Luminance, Faber Castell Polychromos, and the Derwent drawing pencils. I blended the pencil using Gamsol Odorless mineral spirits using a soft bristled brush. This drawing is the 10th in a series of 20 tulips that I'm planning to draw for spring. You can find several other drawings from this series on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram TV account at Jennifer Morrison Art. The first thing I did when drawing these tulips was to indent the light veins in each petal using either a very sharp Polychromos white pencil or an embossing tool. The embossing tool that I use is the Soft Grip Embossing Stylus from Royal and Langnickel. You can order a 3-pack of these tools on Amazon for about $4. Each one is double-ended and each end has a different size embosser depending on how wide or deep you want your lines. After I get the veins embossed, I went over the entire petal with a few layers of the base color, making sure to block in the shadows and highlights. I then went over the entire petal with Gamsol to dissolve the pigment into the paper and create a nice smooth base for the rest of the layers. Because I embossed the veins initially, the Gamsol subtly revealed the white areas of the veins so I could work around them and darken the lines between them so they stand out. On my next layer, I darkened the shadows and added more color and details. One of the things that I think helps my drawing stand out is that I really try to emphasize the shadows and highlights. Before I begin with a reference image, one of the first things I do is to edit the image to heighten these contrasts. Often an area that was a dark blue, green, or red becomes almost black. I use a lot of black, dark gray, indigo blue, deep purple, and dark red in my drawings. Often I will start with a light layer of black or dark gray and then go over it with several layers of blue, red, green, or purple depending on the piece. The dark areas on this purple tulip were created with a layer of 90% warm gray, followed by a few layers of Prismacolor black grape, which is a deep purple. In contrast, I also use a lot of white. I use the Prismacolor white or the Derwent drawing Chinese white if I need really good coverage. I use the Caran Luminance white if I want a finer line, and I use the Polychromos white like an embossing tool or to clean up an edge. I like to order my white pencils in bulk when I can because I use them in almost every piece. Here I have moved on to the second tulip in this drawing. This one is primarily created with whites, warm grays, and greens. One of the things I did to make sure this piece was cohesive was to use the same greens in the second tulip that I did in the first. I did not add any new colors to the second tulip other than the light grays. At the end, I also added a little bit of light purple to some of the darker shadows to tie this to the first tulip and create some overall cohesiveness. You will notice that I preserved the areas of the black stamens on this tulip until I had finished the first layer on the entire tulip and blended it with Gamsol. This was to avoid any smearing of the black onto the white. I then layered a very sharp Polychromos black and a very sharp Polychromos indigo blue to create these stamens. They really help give this tulip some contrast and form. If you like my work, please subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. I also post all of my drawings on my Instagram page under Jennifer Morrison Art. On Instagram, I post in-progress shots of my drawings, and I also just started posting video time-lapse drawings on Instagram TV. If you have any questions for me, please post them in the comments, and I will try to answer all of them. Don't forget to watch for the next tulip in this series. I hope everyone has a great day, and thanks so much for watching.